What is up, Z Fighters? It's Manga Adventures, and we're already on part 3 of this What If, and it doesn't seem to be dying anytime soon. Thanks to all the kind comments and suggestions, I really am taking all of them to account, and I really want to tackle all these What Ifs, because I personally never would have thought of them. You guys are all so creative. My next thing I like to bring up is, I know a lot of people have power scaling issues, so let's address that real quick, step by step. Base Gohan, in my What If, was much weaker than his canon counterpart because he didn't have Goku to guide him. But with the Great Ape transformation, he was around the strength of Super Saiyan 2. Remember, it's a times 10 multiplier on an already times 50. I'm not going to say as strong or stronger though. The big boost in power is when he vows to never use the form again. So during the 7-year time skip, he trains 10 times harder than in canon alongside Vegeta, so that at least his Super Saiyan form can match the power of the Great Ape form from way back when, making his base during the Buu arc between Buu Arc Goku and Cell Arc Gohan. Doesn't sound impressive, but when you add the boost from Golden Great Ape, then another multiplier from Super Saiyan 4, he will be much stronger than Super Saiyan 3 Goku around that time. Once again, Vegeta wanting to reach that strength will also make Gohan stronger in the process during the time from the Buu arc to the Beerus arc. So Vegeta in this What If is much stronger than in canon, and he would train much harder with Whis after seeing Gohan fight against Beerus without God Ki, and all these factors would just equal to a Super Saiyan God Vegeta being as strong as a Blue Vegeta in this What If. I'll try explaining these things more in detail so there won't be any more questions like this. Then with that finally out the way, let's get started. Sometime after the battle against Golden Frieza, Tarble is sparring with Vegeta on Beerus' planet, both being supervised by Whis. Tarble is much weaker than Vegeta, so it's taken him a long time to get up to the level of Super Saiyan God, so he hasn't mastered it or transformed into it as of yet. Vegeta is forced to put on a heavy suit, like in canon, to make it easier for Tarble while also increasing his training results as well. During this time is when Champa and Vados arrive. They do their food competition, but this time when Champa brings up their fighting competition, Beerus has a different idea. He recommends a battle royale instead of a 5-on-5 regular tournament. I'll explain why I did this later, but the winner still obtains the Super Dragon Ball. Convincing Gohan is easy. He's been training on his own, and after seeing Super Saiyan God and fighting Beerus himself, he feels like he's falling behind, but he has too much anger towards Vegeta to train alongside him, so this is a perfect opportunity to get stronger. The other contestants are Vegeta, Tarble, Broly, and Piccolo. The written exam is no problem for everyone except Broly, who fails, but what do you expect from a Tarzan-like character? With this out the way, the battle royale begins. That's right, I'm jumping right into the action. Gohan transforms into Super Saiyan 4, giving a sideways glance to Vegeta before telling everyone he got this. They all agree because the Z Fighters love fighting one at a time, as we all know. Gohan's first victim is Frost. He doesn't trust anyone that looks like Frieza, the previous strongest mortal in their universe, and if Super Saiyan Vegeta can take him out in canon, Super Saiyan 4 is overkill. No chance to use that poison needle. The fighters of Universe 6 realize that Gohan is going to be more trouble than expected and all focus on him. Botomo charges forward and Gohan is easily able to attack, but his rubber body makes him a problem since he can't take damage. While he bounces around the arena, Magata shoots out lava at Gohan, who decides to change his target to him, though he's not having any luck damaging this almost indestructible Metal Man. The two Universe 6 fighters are working as a good team, but Gohan has an idea. He makes a beeline to Botomo, who gladly takes the attack, but Gohan isn't just punching. He's stretching out the elastic bear more and more until he loses his footing and flies out the arena, similar to 17 in the manga. His next target is Mageta, but before he could realize what's going on, Gohan starts coughing up blood. In front of him is Hit, coolly standing with his hands in his pocket. The assassin has arrived and intends to put an end to this fight. Gohan tries attacking, but Hit's time skip gets the best of him, sending him flying to the edge of the arena. He's barely able to catch himself. Hit announces with the next attack he's ended it, causing Gohan to charge up in retaliation. Hit uses his time skip once again, though this time Gohan is able to track his movements with his eyes, which are now glowing red like a Great Ape. He braces himself for the attack so he isn't sent flying like before. Hit shrugs it off, thinking he's just seeing things, as Gohan gets back up and charges again. This time, instead of just red eyes, he's able to ever so slightly move his fist, causing Hit to fall back in disbelief. Gohan doesn't give him the chance to think though, as he powers up again. Hit uses his time skip, but it's useless. Gohan has already surpassed it, landing a solid punch and knocks the assassin out the arena. Remember, while in Super Saiyan 4, Gohan gets stronger and stronger as the fight continues, an ability similar to Broly. I know a lot won't agree with this, so any questions I'll happily explain in the comments. Back to the fight, Magata tries stopping Gohan, but Piccolo yells at him, asking what's taking so long to beat this oversized piece of scrap metal, which hurts the robot's feelings long enough for Gohan to tackle him out the arena. Stupid weakness for a character in my opinion, but it's canon. The only one left in the arena is Kaba. He smiles, telling Gohan it's just the two of them now, but he expected no less from a fellow Saiyan. Beerus laughs, mocking Champa, who only has one fighter left, while Beerus has all of his. Champa tells Kaba he better not lose or else. Kaba, of course, doesn't recognize Gohan's form. I mean, why would he? There's no Tails in the universe. Though he knows he's still a worthy opponent and is excited he finally gets a challenge before turning into Super Saiyan God. In this What If, I think Super Saiyan God will be known by Universe 6 Saiyans who all have pure hearts. Their history is so similar to Universe 7 besides a few differences, I see no reason why this couldn't happen other than it isn't canon. Kaba is an elite member of the Salad Force, so it's in the realm of possibility that he will be chosen to become the Super Saiyan God of their universe. Now here it is, Super Saiyan God vs Super Saiyan 4, the fight that everyone wanted to happen. This starts as expected with Tarbo in control, but he doesn't know that in this form, he triggers Gohan's rage. Right now, Gohan doesn't see Tarbo, he sees an evil Vegeta. He fears with this power, he could become unstoppable and he won't be strong enough to beat him. This sends him into a blind rage that gives him the power to match blow for blow with Super Saiyan God Tarbo. They wear each other down, but the power of a god is eventually too much for Gohan, who's knocked out the arena. A battered Tarbo shows pride in his victory until Vegeta steps up. Remember, it's a battle royale after all, and they still have 4 more fighters. He's excited to see what Universe 6 has to offer and transforms into Super Saiyan God himself. Tarbo immediately sees the difference in power and that's how he got so strong, to which Vegeta responds, he trained under an angel. Even with this knowledge, the Universe 6 warrior doesn't back down. They clash only once, with Vegeta being the clear victor. The tournament ends with the arrival of Zeno. He liked the battle so much he would base another tournament in a battle royale format just like it. Beerus wins the Super Dragon Balls and revives the Earth of Universe 6. With Champa now in a good mood, Kaba takes the opportunity to ask Vatos to train under her to prepare for the upcoming tournament, which they all agree in hopes of getting a rematch against Vegeta. Meanwhile, Gohan feels horrible, more than he has in a long time. He's always been the strongest fighter. He sacrificed his life to maintain that title in honor of his father, but now it's obvious that this isn't the case anymore. What was the point of it all? What was the point of sacrificing his dream to become a scholar if this was the end result? Was it impossible to become both a scholar and a fighter? Has he been slacking? These thoughts fill the half Saiyan's mind to a toxic degree. When they all get back to Earth, he puts up his gi and decides to focus solely on being a scholar. His days as a fighter were over. He was no longer needed. On the other hand, Beerus tells Vegeta to get stronger while they eat snacks on Earth. For this quest, he decides to train with the Kais from each universe to test his prowess. He's given the cube similar to the one Hit wanted to travel in between the universes. Sometime later, Vegeta arrives on the Supreme Kai's world. Shin, alongside Kibito, are watching the universe for any threats. You know, doing their job, unlike Beerus. When Vegeta arrives, Vegeta has heard of the Z-Sword and wishes to see if he can pull it out in hopes of getting stronger. The Supreme Kai laughs, saying he's pretty strong already, but it couldn't hurt with the tournament upcoming. Shin shows him the way, explaining the legend of the Z-Sword, but when his back is turned, Vegeta tells him never mind, he has a sword of his own, as he attacks from behind with a spirit sword, but Kibito jumps in the way and is stabbed instead. Angry he was interrupted, Vegeta throws Kibito's body to the side like a piece of trash and starts throwing ki blasts at Shin, who narrowly escapes death with this instant transmission. Injured and confused, he tracks the only power level who predicted something like this would happen, Gohan. Gohan just got done with a meeting when Shin arrives asking for help. He tells him Vegeta has gone crazy and is attacking him. Vegeta arrives not long after, hovering in the sky, demanding the Supreme Kai to reveal himself or he'll start killing the innocent. Gohan flies up, wanting answers, but Vegeta tells him this is none of his concern. He then announces to the Supreme Kai, fine, have it your way, as he charges up an attack. Gohan knocks him back, screaming how he knew he couldn't be trusted, how he knew something like this would happen. Vegeta wipes the blood off his mouth and transforms. His aura and hair turning a color never before seen, pink. Do you really think you can beat me? She says. Gohan sweats, not knowing what to do. Did he achieve this form while training with Whis? Did the gap between them widen even more? He transforms into Super Saiyan 4 and shouts, "Probably not, but I won't let you do as you please either," before throwing a flurry of blows that Vegeta easily evades with a smile. He then knocks him into the ground, saying he has the power of a god, when a powered up Gohan pops back up and punches him square in the face. Vegeta then effortlessly moves his fist, showing he doesn't even have a scratch on him. He then whispers, which means mortals should stay in their place, before blasting him deep into the Earth's core. Vegeta, feeling the battle won, turns around to find another Vegeta. The second Vegeta says, "I was wondering where the God Key was coming from. Who are you, and what's with this ridiculous transformation?" The first Vegeta laughs, "I didn't expect you to return so early, but no better time than on full display of my Rose form, a superior version of your Super Saiyan God." The second Vegeta smirks as he transforms, his hair and aura turning the usual red. The two clash, their colorful keys engulfing the city. They are evenly matched, and it doesn't take long for Vegeta to realize who he's fighting. This key, this style, you're the Kai from Universe 10, Zamasu. Rose Vegeta doesn't deny this, and is honored he's remembered. Vegeta wonders how he looks like them, and Zamasu gladly explains his Zero Mortal plan like a casual villain. You see, Zamasu still despises mortals in this what if, but the catalyst for these events would be losing to Vegeta in a sparring match, not Goku. He would kill his master to become an official Supreme Kai so he could use the time ring. Yes, there is a time ring, because even without future Trunks' time travel, there was still the silver ring in the box, because that is the whole reason that time travel is banned in the Dragon Ball universe. He would then use the Super Dragon Balls to switch bodies with Vegeta of the other timeline and not Goku, because he hopes there's no God of destruction there, but he isn't so lucky. Frustrated, he returns to this universe but sees the bright side of the situation. He can face the Vegeta of this timeline in a rematch to see who's superior, and he's already come so far, so there's no turning back anyway. But first things first, he has no choice but to kill the Supreme Kai, because if you kill a Supreme Kai, you kill that God of destruction. Vegeta is happy, telling Zamasu this is the first time he's had a good fight since he's obtained his God form. Zamasu laughs, saying he doesn't feel the same way. He admits his other timeline's counterpart put up more of a fight trying to protect his family and newborn daughter, but that wasn't enough, and they all eventually died. Rose then smiles and says once he's done, he'll do the same to this timeline's counterparts. Vegeta becomes enraged, letting out a burst of power that overwhelms Rose, knocking him into a nearby mountain. When he goes to finish the job, Rose stands up with a stone impaling his chest. Rose pulls the stone, revealing a gaping hole that immediately closes up and heals. He smirks, thanking Vegeta for the Zenkai boost, while also complimenting how truly amazing the Saiyans are. A shocked Vegeta asks if he wished for, and that's when Rose happily finishes the sentence, "Yes, I used the Super Dragon Balls of this timeline to wish for immortality." Before Vegeta could respond, a burst of energy comes from the ground, splitting it in half. Out the earth came an angry Gohan ready for round 2, but what he sees is not one, but 2 Vegetas? Though he doesn't care, and charges first at the pink-haired Vegeta without hesitation. Rose Vegeta is ready for the attack, wanting to see how far his Zenkai boost is taking him, but what he wasn't expecting was for Gohan to send him flying with said attack. Rose gets up confused. How did that Saiyan get so strong? He wasn't hurt, just caught off guard. He begins to counter, but Vegeta jumps in to attack while he's focused on Gohan. The two are working in perfect sync, not giving Rose a chance to fight back, but not hurting him enough to cause a Zenkai boost. Rose now has to decide on who to attack. Vegeta is more powerful, but Gohan is more dangerous. With his growth and the fear of Beerus possibly catching on, he can't drag the fight out for long, but then a light bulb goes off. He smiles and says, "I'll leave it to you," before blasting the ground, causing a smoke screen. Vegeta looks around, wondering where he went, when suddenly Gohan sucker punches him, telling him he doesn't know what's going on, but he won't let you get away with it. Vegeta is confused. Kakarot's son is much smarter than to fall for a trick like this, but then he realizes he's just using this as an excuse to fight him. He never trusted him, and he has every reason not to. Vegeta himself still doesn't understand why Bulma and Trunks trust him like they do, but he's changed. And if Gohan still doesn't believe that after all he's done, he'll just have to beat it into him, because Vegeta isn't about to lose a fight, and he's been wanting a rematch since the Buu arc. The fight has to end quick. If it's dragged out, Gohan will eventually close the gap in power. Vegeta powers up his God Ki to its maximum, letting out a God Gallic gun, which with Gohan's ×10 Maseko and the 2 red energies meet, but it's obvious before they even clash, Vegeta's was much bigger, engulfing not only Gohan's attack, but the half Saiyan as well in an instant. With the battle over, Vegeta now has to figure out how to handle Rose. If he worked together with Gohan, there may have been a chance. But without him, there's only one other way to win, but it's a way he doesn't approve of. Rose has been hiding his energy as he looks for the Supreme Kai, hoping to find him in a race against the clock. He eventually does find the weakened Shin, feeling Destiny is on his Zero Mortals plan as he charges up an attack. But what he doesn't know was that this was a part of Vegeta's plan. He tracks down the energy and whispers from behind before Rose can react, Hakai. Rose turns to dust almost instantly. This is a cowardly way to win for a Saiyan, but with Rose's immortality and the risk of Beerus being destroyed, it was a necessary one. Goku was able to use this move in the manga, so it's a move that can be learned. The fight is over, albeit anticlimactic. Supreme Kai is hesitant at first, as he should be, but Vegeta explains the situation. It sounds unbelievable, but Shin thanks him regardless. Vegeta then asks for a tiny favor from the Kai. We switch over to Gohan waking up in the hyperbolic timetable. Confused, he looks around to find Vegeta waiting for him. He jumps up ready to fight. Vegeta gets into a fight of Saiyans himself. He tells him the tournament that will decide this universe's fate is in 3 days. Everyone we care about will disappear if we aren't strong enough. He admits he still hasn't reached the full potential of his God Ki, and that he feels he won't if he continues training with Whis, thinking that only Gohan can bring out his full power, and vice versa. Gohan clutches his fist, knowing the prince is right. He risks everyone's lives today because of his petty hate towards Vegeta, and he knows it. If they had just worked together, they could have easily handled this or any situation. He powers up to Super Saiyan 4 and says he has 3 years to not only match the power of a god, but surpass it. Gohan no longer hates Vegeta. He respects him for going this far to prove himself and constantly being the bigger person. The two clash as they begin their 3 years of training for the Tournament of Power. That's it for part 3. Hope you guys enjoy it. Zamasu's arc in the anime and manga was anticlimactic for me, so I thought I would end it the same way. Part 4 should be out soon, so sit tight because it's the finale.